Hello, good evening and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. This evening, President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Stefan Mason Abbas, has expressed doubts about the significant impact of the $382 million Ghana is said to receive from the International Monetary Fund later this year. This follows Ghana reaching a staff-level agreement with the fund on the 5th program earlier today. Reacting to the development, Stefan Mason Abbas questioned its sustainability on exchange rate in the medium to long term.
182 million US dollars. It's no money for us to be joyful about. I think that as a nation, we need to put in measures that is forward-looking. Because after this 382 million, the dollar comes down to $12 cedis to a dollar or 10 cedis to a dollar, and then what? And then it goes up again? No. Yes, so in as much as we will be happy, I've gone through this IMF program and all of that, no, we need to be forward-thinking as a nation. And I need to be very blunt. 382 million is no money for Ghana, for us to be so much happy about that this money is coming. In as much as it's going to do something good for our economy, in as much as it's going to, yes, it's going to be pumped into the economy, the city is going to strengthen, but this is going to be consumed in no time. And then we are back to the same levels. So we need to be really, really, really forward thinking about how we strengthen our economy. And we have always said that, look, let us look at measures that makes our economy stronger, more especially in industrialization, more especially in supporting local businesses to strengthen up, to scale up, so that we don't need to owe for dollars to go and import. We don't need to do that. So yes, this is good news, but for me as a businessman, for the business community, it's really, really nothing.
Away from that, Policy Lead, Climate Change and Energy Transition Director at the African Center for Energy Policy, Dr. Charles Gyamfi, has stated that the financial challenges in the power sector remain a significant threat to Ghana's economic stability. Speaking at a civil society forum on indebtedness and energy security, Dr. Gyamfi pointed out that government must take decisive action, prioritize transparency and address distribution inefficiencies to curb technical and commercial losses. More in this report.
Ghana's energy sector faces several challenges, including domestic governance inefficiencies and investment frameworks that privilege private investors over the public interest. To this end, Action Aid Ghana, in partnership with SOMO, has organized a civil society forum on Ghana's fossil fuel investments, debt and energy security. Speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the forum, Policy Lead, Climate Change and Energy Transition Director at the African Center for Energy Policy, Dr. Charles Gyamfi, stated that the power sector financial challenges pose a major threat to Ghana's economic stability.
When the power sector is not able to operate as a business, typically your tariffs are supposed to pay for generation, for distribution, for transmission, even for fuel. When it is not able and other inefficiencies, the government has to pay, and that means that the budget has to suffer. And if you check the graph that we showed, if you look at the allocation to capital expenditure in social sectors like agri, like gender, like roads, like education and health, you know that they are very, very small compared to how much was being budgeted to deal with power sector shortfalls. And those monies could have been used, you know, to improve the budget and then to support other social initiatives and interventions. And that is the reality, you know. The more you spend on power sector shortfalls, the more you forgo other interventions in other social sectors.
The forum enabled participants to explore opportunities for reform towards equitable and climate-friendly energy systems, whereas building collective advocacy positions, targeting external enablers and corporate beneficiaries of unfair investment frameworks. John Inko is the country director for Action Aid Ghana.
We are building consensus as civil society, calling on government to rethink its energy investment. What did the Petroleum Revenue Management Act also talk about? How is the energy sector resources managed? How does government seek to address the issue of operational inefficiencies? the production shortfalls. How does government seek to renegotiate? And this is very important for civil society organizations, the contracts that we have with independent power producers. We recognize that government is taking action on that, but civil society, a cross-section of civil society, over 50 of us here, are calling on government to be transparent in the petroleum revenue sector debt renegotiation, apprise citizens with the level of progress so that we can make strategic input into that, because energy is a right, it's a public good. And if you look at the gender dimension of the impact of energy sector shortfall and crisis, women bear a disproportionate impact in terms of that.
The Civil Society Forum was on the theme, Powering Crisis, how Ghana's fossil fuel investment framework contributes to indebtedness and energy security.
Or within the energy space, as thousands of graduates struggle to find jobs each year, the energy sector is emerging as one of the few areas with the capacity to absorb fresh talent. By engaging students early and equipping them with the right skills, General Counsel for Petroleum Commission Nana Ekuya-Ejei believes Ghana can tackle unemployment. She was speaking at the Energy Personalities Outreach Program in Tema.
The Energy Personalities Outreach Program at Chemu Senior High Technical School in Tema, students are reminded that the energy sector is not only the engine of national development, but also a hub of diverse opportunities for young people seeking sustainable careers. Experts say the sector extends far beyond engineering and science, from law, procurement, and project management to technical and vocational skills. General Counsel for Petroleum Commission Ghana, Nana Ekuya-Ejei, has been sharing the need for such an engagement.
The area that you are coming from, whether you're legal, whether you're engineering, there's always something to do in the energy sector. Legal, you look at all the documents, the contracts, there's a lot of contracting. They give a lot of jobs, procurement issues, there's certification, there's instrumentation. There's things that you can even do at the technical and vocational level. So if you're not too good, you probably don't even make it to the university. These days, people even opt for TVET universities from the onset. And so we're encouraging people to go into those areas, the sciences, and then also the arts. And there's a lot of opportunity in the energy sector.
2024 Energy Personality of the Year and Chief Executive Officer of LMI Holdings, Kojo Eduhene, says being part of the career event was to help guide the young ones.
Just making sure that we can guide them. We're a developing country. We need all the manpower. We need all the support we can get from our young engineers, from the young talent. So my coming here is really for that purpose, to encourage the young people to help with the development of the country, be it in the engineering field, be it in the energy sector. A million-mile journey starts with a foot, a step, okay? So let them start one at a time, and before you know it, they're there. Of course, you need perseverance, you need determination. But if you have those, you have character, like we said, you will get there.
Students, Te Prince Lawe shares what he's taking home from the event.
So as students, one thing I've learned is that, like in our day in, day out, we don't live with pressure, but we live with principles. Actually, they've offered some opportunities for us so we met them after the program. So they've interacted with us, so now we have some discussions with them.
Meanwhile, headmaster of Chemu Senior High Technical School, Stephen Yabua Sr., says the school has taken lessons from the program, which will help shape the future of the students. The Energy Personalities Outreach Program at Chemu Senior High Technical School was organized by the Ghana Energy Awards on the theme Impacting the Next Generation Leaders Today.
Away from energy, let's now talk tourism, because promising an unforgettable experience this Christmas, 4 times CIMG hospitality facility, that's the Labadi Beach Hotel, says it has an engaging list of programs to cater for both local and foreign guests from now till the end of the year. Speaking to Joy Business, Managing Director of Labadi Beach Hotel, David Edwaful, explained that tourism could be Ghana's biggest foreign exchange earner if government prioritizes the development of the sector.
I will say to government that they should put their priorities right. Tourism is big. Tourism can make more money than anything else we can think of. Because tourism doesn't finish. Human beings, we always want to move around. That is what human beings are made of. And so I will advise government to invest in tourism. Yes, I know of the PPP, the private partnership, all that. It is good. But there are certain things that are key that government needs to be the one to spearhead. And spearheading, you need to lay the foundation right, and then the private sector will spring on that. And that is when we all grow together. We've been around for a while. 34 years is a long time in any hospitality facility. But we are consistent with what we do. Our service delivery is consistent, and we improve on it every time. And we improve also on our facilities every time. So it gives our patrons the opportunity to always have something new happening. I mean, you can see for yourself. You come here and it's always busy. Why do they come? Because they know they will be given what they are looking for in terms of the service delivery, in terms of the facilities, what they are going to achieve or to make them feel fulfilled. Because everybody comes here, or anyone who comes here wants to be fulfilled. You don't deliver service in the vacuum. You deliver service to achieve a particular end, for people to feel that, oh yes, I spent money and I got value for the money. And that's what Abadi Beach Hotel stands for. We always make sure that our customers get value for their money. So for us to win the CIMG Hospitality Facility Awards for 4 consecutive times, and for us to be in the Hall of Fame as the first hotel in this country to achieve that, is a testament of our resilience and our quality when it comes to service delivery. So you come here in December, you go to a brand new beach bar, which you call the Beach Bistro, all right? And you have a kitchen attached to it, so you don't need to run to the kitchen, the main kitchen, to serve you. So it makes service easy, and it also helps in the service delivery. So if you come to Labadi, there's no dull moment in Labadi Beach Hotel.
Ghana's hotel and hospitality industry must strive to be more competitive in order to attract investors to boost their competitiveness in the sub-region. Professor of Hospitality and Tourism at the University of Cape Coast, Ishmael Mensah, made the call following recent concerns over hotel quality in the country. He was speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the just-ended Hospitality and Tourism Conference and Expo here in Accra. More in this report.
Ghana's hospitality industry has been under pressure in recent times due to some foreign competition and other external factors. The Tourism and Hospitality Expo was organized to create a platform to discuss some concerns faced by industry players and find a lasting solution to make Ghana a competitive market. According to Professor of Hospitality and Tourism at the University of Cape Coast, Ishmael Mensah, Ghana may risk losing its competitive edge if service delivery is not improved in facilities. He spoke to Joy Business during the conference.
One thing we have to understand is that the tourism industry is highly competitive. We are competing on the regional level with the likes of Senegal, our big brother Nigeria. We are competing with them, and also countries in the southern African region. They are quite advanced when it comes to tourism. Also, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that there are some countries that are closer to our major source markets. Talk about the Caribbean islands. It is cheaper and easier for an American to travel to, let's say, Jamaica or Barbados. And so, in effect, we are competing with all these countries. And therefore, there is the need for us to up our game in terms of the quality of service that we offer.
Conference was under the theme, Standardized Processes, Personalized Experiences, Unlocking Hospitality Dual Advantage. Convener Eugene Vidro has been speaking to journalists.
Bringing industry professionals, thought leaders, like industry experts, together at one stage where they educate, sensitize some of the industry players who have not been in it for a longer time or a longer period. So the whole idea is to bring hospitality professionals together, and then we learn the trend. We go through the new trend, communicate amongst ourselves, educate ourselves, and then encourage team members to build upon themselves to render the best service we can ever have in Ghana.
The expo attracted stakeholders from the sector from Ghana and other parts of the continent.
Away from tourism, the Ghana Insurance Association is climaxing its two-day national insurance debate, and we have more for you in this report.
And held at GIA conference room in Kanda brought together students from various tertiary institutions as part of effort to raise awareness about the relevance of insurance to personnel and national development. Chairman of the Insurance Awareness Coordinators Group, Wilson Ted, said the initiative forms part of a broader plan to catch them young by nurturing youth interest in insurance and addressing misinformation that affect public trust in the industry.
The future is for the young ones. The objective is to, let me put it in Ghanaian parlance, catch them young. The idea is to get the young people involved and to understand the need for insurance and the usefulness of insurance to each individual's life and to the state. The debate drives inclusive insurance because the students come from all walks of life, all right? Now, and you cannot underestimate the power of students. They go back home, they influence their parents' decisions and things, then they educate their parents, and not just their parents, but they educate their community. So that is the objective.
A student of the University of Ghana Business School, Osei Majestic, described the national insurance debate as more than just a competition, calling it a platform for education and professional growth. He added that the debate has exposed the participants to diverse aspects of insurance, helping them gain deeper insight beyond the classroom experience.
It's a privilege to be in such competition, to be honest. I do not see it as a competition. I rather consider it as a form of education. You know, there's been a lot of schools around, and I love and I really appreciate to be part of. I've learned so many things, but I'm looking forward to win with my team. It's going to be a very good, name for us and our school as well. There are aspects around which explains more things to us, things that you do not know. Even if you know, it's shallow. So we've come to learn so many things. So as a young individual growing up in the industry, I think it will help me manage my info steps and know the right source to hit when the need arises.
The association says the national insurance debate will become an annual platform to engage more tertiary institutions and strengthen the link between academia and the insurance industry.
This is still Prime Business. It's harvest time in Agbozume in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region. But instead of joy, there is heartbreak. Piles of onions lie rotting in the sun as farmers watch months of hard work and huge investments go to waste. Ivy Setoji reports.
The National Apprenticeship Program is fast emerging as a beacon of hope for Ghana's youth, offering thousands of young people the opportunity to acquire practical skills and become self-reliant. The initiative, which forms part of the government's strategy to tackle unemployment, has drawn strong support for professional bodies, including fashion designers. Speaking
Agbozume and its surrounding communities in Ketu South are known as a hub for onion farming in the Volta region. Farming is carried out almost all year round, and many families depend entirely on it as their main source of. The farmers explain that they have nowhere to store their farm produce after harvesting. A sack that used to sell for 1,500 or more now goes for just 450 Ghana cedi. This lament is severely affecting their income and making farming unattractive. They believe that access to ready market and storage facilities will help preserve their produce and open up new market opportunities, both locally and beyond.
This year, we have suffered a lot. You can see around. Since Monday, we have been harvesting, but no price for it. And the market women are not coming. So we plead with the government. If they can do something to us, we'll appreciate it. The workers are here Since Monday, they were coming to harvest, but nobody is coming to buy so that we'll pay them. If we don't get market for these onions, how can we survive next year? Know that we have not produced. Look at the onions I'm holding. Very well.
Forgive Kokuga and Rejoice Agogo are among the workers whose livelihoods depend on the success of the farming activities. The only farm to survive after harvesting, buyers do not come to purchase our produce. This makes it difficult for us farmers to feed ourselves and our families. We are pleading for help so that we can earn something to take care of our children. It's been about a week since we harvested the onions, yet no buyers have come. Some of us are BECE graduates who came to the farm to work and save some money for our education, but nothing is coming out of it. We are pleading for support. The chairman of the Crop Farmers Association said Huidonu also lamented the high cost of farm inputs, saying that it takes about 30,000 cedis to cultivate 1 acre of farmland, yet farmers are unable to recover their investments after harvesting.
When we are talking about production of onion over here in Katu South, we are not joking. Now, after doing all those things, using 30,000 Ghana cedis to produce 1 acre farm, and some people are contributing 5 acres, 7 acres, 6 acres. Yeah, you see the number of production that we are doing over here. And over here in Katu South, we are about 1,200 farmers doing business over here. And then we are helping the school dropout, those GSS people, when they finish it, all those things, they come to our farm to come and help us. And it's also another way of generating labor work for the youth. So doing all these things, the major challenges that we are having is that after doing all these things, we don't have market. This year is another story altogether, very horrible, that we can't control. So because we can't control, we are calling upon the government to assist us, help us, so that in the future we will not be discouraged about onion cultivation in Katu South. The
Municipal Agric Extension Officer, Irene Sichope Agbevi, noted that despite providing farmers with education, seeds and farm inputs, they are unable to sell their produce to repay their debt.
We educate farmers on new technologies on how to produce. And here lies the case, we help the farmers to produce, and the produce are lying on the field without getting market. And also, we gave them inputs on credits that's last year for PFJ2. Because they are not getting market for their produce, they are unable to pay back our money. So we are pleading with the government if we can help in any way for them to sell their produce so that we can recover that money for the government.
Ivy Setoji.
And that's our package by way of Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We have sports for you shortly. Do have a lovely weekend.